Hey guys, what's going on? As you can see, I'm not in my car again. I know, that happens every once in a while. I recently switched jobs, that's why I haven't been making videos in a while, so gonna make this one off the cuff. I have done absolutely no prep for it whatsoever. I was just been looking at this issue in the media a lot, in the news, and I'm just like itching to make this video. I haven't had time because I switched jobs, but now I finally have some downtime, really late at night. I had several drinks by this point, so we're going to see how well I can do this hammered. We're going to talk about Black Lives Matter again. I touched about it in my police video. We're talking about specifically Tomi Lahren, I think that's her name, went on a daily show recently and talked with Trevor about Black Lives Matter. And she was basically saying how Black Lives Matter is a new KKK, and Trevor Noah disagreed with that. And most of the liberal mainstream media and most people in general took Trevor Noah's side because they have not seen the demands that Black Lives Matter have made and how their demands are so fucking similar to the KKK that if they actually read these documents, that the demands that the Black Lives Matter has made, they would absolutely agree that the Black Lives Matter is a new KKK just for black people instead of white people. But the fact is that for some reason this platform, this document they produced several months ago, let's see when it was released, back in August, okay, so fucking 3 months ago, they released this document, and hardly anyone's talked about it, hardly anyone's seen it, and if you would just fucking read the insane bullshit that they fucking right. I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was a joke, first of all. I thought some person was, like, making fun of them and then wrote this to, like, parody their stupid demands. But it's like, no, these are actually what they want. This is their actual demands. I was just like, holy shit, these people are batshit fucking crazy. They are so fucking left-wing that they are in no way liberal. And they are so fucking fascist and supremacist, I guess, is the fucking right word to say, that if you just substitute the word black for white, the KKK could have easily fucking written this. I'll leave a link to Sargon of Akkad's video on the document. He made almost a 40-minute video going through the document, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing ad nauseum because he already did it. He already did it when it came out. And I probably couldn't do it better, but I'll touch on it a bit because when people think about the movement Black Lives Matter, all I think about is, oh, the poor black people, they're getting killed by police, we need to save them. We're not saying that Black Lives Matter and that's it. We're saying that they matter in addition to everyone else. But when you read their demands and their fucking ridiculous fucking statements, no, they don't mean that at all. When they say Black Lives Matter, they want Black Lives Matter more than every single other fucking race, and fuck everyone else, because black people are the only fucking important people. And that's what they fucking wrote. You know? It's just, oh my god, so let's go through their fucking shit. And the war on black people. Well, unfortunately there is no war on black people. There's a war on criminals who commit crimes, and the fact that 50% of the violent crimes, the murders, the rapes, the assaults, and the muggings committed by black people are not the fault of white people or the authorities or police or anything fucking else. That is the sum of individual black people's decisions to commit crimes. Now, I'll agree with Black Lives Matter that the war on drugs is a complete fucking sham and criminalizes the consenting actions between two adults in the selling, buying, and use of drugs. So when they have all these non-violent criminals in for years and years for drug offenses, and lots of them happen to be black, then yeah, I absolutely agree we should end the war on drugs. But that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about ending the war on black people. They do not want any black person in prison whatsoever. A black person commits a crime, let's say hit and run, and the police are going to put him in jail because he did that, they're going to say, no, he's a black person, he doesn't need to go to jail. We'll let him off the hook. So therefore, we'll make it so no fucking black people are in prison, because every single time they commit a crime, we'll just let them go. Because they do not want they want a supremacist system where there's one rules for black people and one set of rules for everyone else. And the set of rules of black people, you can literally do whatever the fuck you want and you won't go to jail. That's how they will change the stats of population demographics in prisons. Hardly any black people will be in prison because every single time they commit a crime, they'll let them off the hook. And they will supplement that by getting rid of the police. That one of the demands is community control. We demand a world where those most impacted in our communities control the laws, institutions, and policies that are meant to serve us. Which, if you go read their stupid fucking bullshit, you'll see that they want to literally get rid of the police force across the entire U.S. and have each community rule itself. Now, can you fucking imagine the chaos that would ensure once all the police are gone? You know, that's the only thing that are holding back all these people that want to commit all these crimes and all these murders and just fucking wreak havoc across the country. The only thing that is deterring them is the fact that they know the American police system is so damn good that it's going to go after them like a motherfucker, and they can't get away with it. In other countries, where the police force is very weak and can't go to the many rural areas very fast, that is why there is more crime, is because people know they can get away with it. People know they can't get away with crimes here in the U.S. That's why there's significantly less crime here than in other countries, because our police force is so fucking strong, you can mobilize so fucking fast. But you want to get rid of that and have each community rule its little enclave? Oh yeah, that'll work out fine. You know, history has told us that little enclaves by themselves are so much more efficient than a nation state. Yep. Just pick up the fucking history book and you realize that's fucking retarded. The problem is, like I said at the beginning of the video, people have not seen this platform, this whole long fucking document about wanting all these different shit. You know, they want reparations. They actually want the government to give black people money because their ancestors hundreds of years ago were slaves, so therefore they deserve government handouts. Using that logic, every single person's ancestry on the face of the fucking goddamn planet were slaves in one point or another. Spaniards were slaves at one point. White people were slaves to various other countries at some point. So, do we get reparations? No, we don't. But black people, who never experienced slavery, their parents never experienced slavery, their grandparents never experienced slavery, they somehow get reparations. Because slavery still affects our society to this day. Well, what are the concrete examples of that? Black Lives Matter. They can't... They actually want government handouts. They want the government to, they want to radically change society so that black people are at the top on the 1% and everyone else is at the bottom. Black people can do whatever they want. They can buy whatever they want. They can have all the money they want. They can do whatever they want. They can do all these crimes, not get in trouble. So once again, ordinary people just look at Black Lives Matter, they look at the protests they do, they look at the police shootings, and they think, oh, they just want black people to stop getting shot by police, and that's all they want. No, they don't. They fucking don't. Read their manifesto. It's fucking crazy bullshit. It is Marxism for black people. And, oh my god. I think the reason why it hasn't been shown through the media so much is because people know it's batshit crazy, and they're like, oh, we need to keep this under wraps, and we need to... So in conclusion, the Black Lives Matter is just like the KKK, just for black people, but the fact is the media doesn't want to, that's not their narrative, so they're not pushing it. They're banking on the fact that people are not going to see their platform and their manifesto because it's a really obscure document that was not circulated a lot and kept under wraps. I want anyone to read this manifesto and say that it's not the KKK. If the only people who say it's not the Black Lives Matter is not KKK, people who haven't read this thing. So I want someone to read their entirety of the manifesto and then come back to me and say, oh, they're not the KKK, then we'll talk. But until then, you have no idea what they want. So in conclusion, Tomi Lahren, she says some really stupid shit, you know, on her stupid fucking show on Fox. I don't agree with a lot of her stuff, but on this thing, she is right. So I'm not so ideological that I'm going to say, oh, she's right-wing, so I'm going to say she's wrong every single time without even listening to her argument. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to listen to her argument, each argument at a time, and say whether it's wrong or right on the merits and not on her ideological position. So she's wrong on some things, but she's right on this one. And Trevor Noah is right on some things, but he is dead wrong on this. And the fact is, I don't think he's read the manifesto either. He thinks he's sticking up for the little guy against the police, but he's not. He's completely misinformed because he doesn't know the truth. So I don't think he has any malintent when he was defending Black Lives Matter in his interview with Tomi Lahren on a Daily Show. I just think that he is misinformed. It doesn't know the truth behind this organization and why so many people, including a lot of black people, do not like this organization whatsoever and do not want to identify it, do not want to support it because they see it for what it is and it's wrong.